guys, welcome to Glitter and Garbage into the Spellingverse. I'm Justine Marino, joined by Daniel Webb.
Hi.
I did coin a new nickname. Did you see it?
No, wait, what?
I reposted the picture you put up on Instagram of Shannon and Tori when they're partying that night with Mark Wahlberg and Brian Austin Green.
I mean, epic.
Just so epic.
Yeah.
But there's a really funny picture of Shannon and Tori that you sent me of them like laughing and partying together.
Tori has a cigarette in her hand.
Tori is full blown smoking.
Yeah.
And they are just laughing like maniacs. They look like they're having so much fun. And I reposted and I said, this is a great pic of me and Daniel.
Yes.
Donnniel.
I'll take it. Surprisingly, people fuck up the name Daniel all the time. I've been Dariel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Daniel.
I'll take Daniel.
I'll be Brenstein, I guess.
Yeah, we'll get it there. Yeah. But the other thing, okay, so that picture, it's Brian Austin Green, Mark Wahlberg, and then Tori and Brenda. So who's the luckiest person in that room?
I think at the time, I don't know why, to me, it's Shannon Doherty at that time. I feel like she was the star of 90210. She was the break. She was on the cover, as we spoke of a couple weeks ago. She was on the Rolling Stone cover,
There's and I do classify all like television eras by hair. And there's a moment where her hair really solidifies.
Yes.
It has ups and downs.
It does.
But there's a moment where there's like a Brenda, very chic. It does that thing. And she starts getting to that moment in these. So yeah. But that's what those photos look like.
Well, because think about it. Those photos, it's like between her, Tori, and Brian, clearly.
How did he get there?
Like, but she's clearly, it was his budding rap career,
Oh my God, because he dances in this one episode?
He does. But then I sent you that video. Remember, he had a music career, Brian Austin Green.
I remember that.
A lot of vests. So to me, that pick, it would be between Mark Wahlberg and Shannon, and I think that was when Mark was just rapping a little, maybe, and modeling.
Yeah.
So I think Shannon takes the cake.
For sure. She was like star of the show.
They left together too. They were in the car together. I was like,
she looked rough in that photo.
She looked a little tired. She looked like she had knocked a few back.
She had. Wait, what are the drinks that Steve makes?
The
Marvelous.
Mucho Marvelous Mango Margaritas.
Margarita.
Perfect segue into today's episode, which is season 1, episode 11, entitled appropriately BYOB, which to me is Bring Your Own Brenda or Brandon.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I like it. Their titles. They don't hide anything.
No, they don't. They spell it all out.
They really don't barely. Yeah.
Like, what was the one for the rap line? It was like a listener, a good listener.
The art of good listening.
Yeah, it's like.
I think Brenda literally said, "It's time I should be a good listener."
Yeah,
like
exactly.
She literally says the title.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where they say the title in the episode.
But I loved this one. This was so juicy.
This one was so good.
A really good one.
Let's dive right in. Okay, you guys, we're just out the gate. Donna's parents are out of town.
And honestly, I thought this was going to be a whole Donna episode when I started watching.
I know, but compared to what we've gotten from Donna, it is. We see her home. She has a random love interest.
Who's 30? Who is this executive, young producer?
Here's what I think with this guy.
He works at Paramount.
He does work at Paramount. He just walked on as an under 5 line guy for the episode.
But he's too old.
He is too old. But here's the thing. Also, they all dress like they're 40 at the party.
Donna's party look is on point.
It is so good.
Her hair is really good.
But I have to say, I feel like the reason they add that guy is they're like, we don't have enough bros. Like, Dylan's like sensitive. David's young. Here's the guy right here at the party.
Yeah.
Look at him. He looks 40. And look at the way he's looking at her.
Yeah, he's very pervy. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's very pervy. And I think they just put him in there to be like a bro who's kind of part of the group that even though we've never seen him, but just because they needed bro energy, and Steve's the only bro.
Someone has to bring the roofies.
It's true.
And it's that guy.
It's true. And they're nowhere near the Abbey, so.
Oh my God, that place is cursed.
I know my friend's phone just got stolen from there.
You're kidding.
And Mitch like looked into it because I had known that they had like a roofie problem.
Yeah.
And apparently they have a pickpocket problem as well.
That was on the news.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with local news, but yes.
Yeah.
Really quick, my Abbey story is
Yes.
I performed there, which is, of course,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And this lady came up to me and she was like, "You're really funny, but I know about comedy and I want to give you some advice." And I was like, she was like, "You don't know who I am." I go, "Well, who are you?" She goes, "You don't know who I am." But my mom was Sherry Lewis. Do you know the lamb chop puppet?
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
The epitome of comedy, lamb chop.
Right, ventriloquism. Anyway, I was like, I know who your fucking mom is, but it was like, that's my only horror story of the Abbey, was getting comedy advice from a dead ventriloquist, a lamb chops puppet.
I mean, if you can't trust a lamb chops puppeteer.
Puppeteer's daughter.
Look, I've been there. I've never had an issue, but I think they are rumored to allegedly. A lot of people get.
It's on the internet. Yeah,
it is. It's on the internet, so it's.
And
true.
it was on KCAL, which is.
Oh,
I'm
it was on
obsessed with.
KCAL?
Yeah, I'm obsessed with. I have to tell you.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm so off topic.
Yeah.
But there's two weather girls on a local news station that my boyfriend and I think are the substance.
Oh, really? Oh, you have to send to me.
I'll tell you. You have to guess.
Okay.
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 Anyway,
I love it.
You can guess out there too. Anyway.
I love it. Yeah. Guess out. Send in your guesses. Okay. So basically, we open on Donna before we get to her new love interest. She tells the gang, and by the gang I mean Kelly and Brenda. She pulls them aside in the hall and tells them her parents are out of town. She's having a rager, but she wants it to be A-list only, which I love. And I did pull, I think, their outfits, which again we always have to check in on their fits.
Casual, this one. I
It
sort
is
of was
pretty casual.
DL, especially Brenda.
Brenda and Kelly, I feel both look a little like they here.
That. See, we sound so disappointed.
They all look like they are like secretaries at a church.
It's marmish,
It's
all of it.
Very, very marmish.
And not like marm chic.
Yeah, no, not chic. Just like what is this doily Brenda's wearing?
Honestly, if they did like a swap, like if Brenda swapped the lacy thing with Tori, and then Tori gave Brenda the cardigan.
Yeah.
And maybe just Kelly needs to ditch the headband.
Yeah, I think. Look, they're trying a lot. We got a lot of headbands in these episodes.
I can't tell you how much I loved both of like blonde hair like this.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like just that flat cut. Look at Kelly's just like that sharp.
Oh,
there's no layers.
No
to
layers.
it.
No texture. Just a straight flat cut.
Brenda later, we'll talk about it, has one of my absolute favorite looks I've ever seen.
Oh my God, I'm so curious.
But
I'm
we'll
dying
get
to
there.
know.
We'll
okay.
Totally get there.
Well, it's okay. So they, they make the party plan. Brenda's like, "Can I invite Dylan?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then Kelly's like, "You'll have to wash the sheets in the guest house." Like,
Kelly's always horny.
she is. She's like, everything's sex with Kelly sometimes.
She's experienced.
I'm like, is she a female comedian? Come on.
I mean, she does always have a line. She always has a dig. But
Yeah.
I was sorry. I was like, for Tori's, that big scene, I was like, she's not ready for prime time yet. It was like coming in too hard.
Yeah, look, she's getting there, you know?
But that's my level of acting.
But that's why
Let
you
it be
related
known,
to her
I'm
so
episode
much.
11 level acting.
I love it.
And I'm 42. You know
At
what I mean?
least
Like,
it's not Scott level acting.
oh my God.
Right?
And here's what I realized is
Yeah.
they don't really give him good material.
No, they don't.
Because at this point, David is like a comic foil.
Yes.
Sort of. He's like a nerd. And then he's the comic foil's foil.
Yeah.
So it's this weird, like, third generation.
They just don't know what to do with him.
Well, they will find out.
Oh, I mean, they do know what to do with him later.
Count your days.
Unfortunately.
But he really is like a one take. It's so funny. I really do want. I'm gonna dress like him one of these days.
You
I gotta
should.
find the Lakers hat.
Yes, you do. The one that he wears way back here, please.
And a hair dryer.
And the dryer. And volume. You need a lot of volume in the front.
Up and then down.
Well,
Okay.
as David's walking by, he's still in love with Kelly. He hears her talking about a cute guy, assumes it's about him. I mean, the self-centeredness is next level. And Scott is in reality. Scott's like, dude, she's not talking about you.
I know. And David's level of narcissism is nuts, but I forget that he has such a hard crush on Kelly. I forgot about that.
He's obsessed with Kelly, which is why it's so weird to me that he ends up dating Donna when he fucking lives with Kelly later.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the problem, is it couldn't be
Right. But like,
stepbrother, stepsister.
Right, but
that's
then
the plot to Clueless.
There's still
that was already written.
If we learned anything from Clueless, it can happen. And it can be happily ever after.
Did they make a remake? Has there been a reboot?
They made the show, the TV show, but
not with the real
Alicia,
people. Okay.
no, just Alicia didn't come back. I think everyone else did. I think everyone else was available. And Paul Rudd, I think he was doing other
that's
things.
what we're watching for.
Exactly. I did watch that show.
But yeah,
Stacey Dash was available.
Yeah, but so the remarkable thing about the party scene or like getting their party was how I didn't know Brandon was such a
Square?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the thing I love is here's the thing. Brandon and Dylan are soulmates, I think.
B&D?
B&D! They call each other B&D in this, you guys. Like,
and he gives him like a, hey, B.
Yeah, what's up, D?
That's all they say.
It is so like
It's what they don't say.
Exactly, it's what they don't say.
And it says in passing, he comes around the corner and doesn't acknowledge Brenda.
No.
Because they don't talk to women.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. But he literally, and they're very physical.
They are always, grabbing.
Yeah, there's a moment in this episode where they're in a car and it looks like they're on a date. There's so much about this.
Oh, I have a lot to say about that part.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so
this is such a good episode.
It's so good. I know.
I was living for it.
So Brenda invites Dylan to the party. She finds out he's going to surf in Baja, and immediately, again, and Brenda is my girl, you guys. I love Brenda, but immediately she starts nagging him. She's like, you'd rather go to Baja than be with me? I'm like, girl, you're 16 or 17.
It's like your second date.
It is. You've been dating for like a week or two.
Yeah. She looks real grabby.
She's just doing the thing that like men complain about women doing, being clingy and naggy.
Which is honestly me. I'm such a Brenda.
Are you in a relationship?
Sort of.
I get it.
It depends.
I think we can all be a little bit.
I want to be the Brenda until I have like accomplished that, and then really fast I want to be the Dylan.
Oh,
where it's like I'm going to Baja. I'll see you next weekend.
You get them, and then you're like
sort
Baja
of
time.
Yeah, that's yeah, because I need my Baja time.
You need your Baja time. Baja is a huge. It's an important place. There's a crucial Baja episode coming up. I think it might be the season finale this season. Yes. Do you know?
No, I can't remember.
I'm so excited.
I can't remember.
Okay. Spoiler alert, Dylan hates parties, you guys. We don't know why. He just hates them. He's more of a one-on-one person.
Yeah,
Brandon also doesn't like parties because he doesn't drink. He doesn't want to go.
No.
So neither of them are fun. They're probably sneaking off to Baja together.
That's exactly it. Like they're conveniently not interested in the party of the decade at Donna's house. Who doesn't want to go to Donna's brick house?
I love her house, and I'm so glad it doesn't look like Steve and there it is. Look, there's like a statue outside.
That's what I'm saying. It's brick and wood.
It's brick and wood, and I'm glad that it doesn't have that really modern 90s look that Steve and Kelly's both have.
It looks like Disneyland.
It does. It's very cool. I mean, also, clearly, Donna's rich.
That's the old Mondale parked in front. Right?
Oh.
Isn't that what it used to look like?
It is what it looked like at one point.
And then now it's like a larger...
Yes, it is. That is... They were just like pulling the Mondale.
Nobody's watching. Yeah, I couldn't remember what Donna's house ever looked like, or I'm sure they switch it up. But
I don't think we've seen it. I don't think we've been to Donna's house.
Well, maybe when they switch moms, they switch houses.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, because maybe later. I'm curious if this house will stick. Who knows?
I feel like Donna's house later looks like a food court. You know what I mean? Like a lot of railing.
There's a Sbarro.
Oh my God.
Love Sbarro.
Do you remember Frullati?
What was Frullati?
It was like a smoothie place.
I don't think we had that.
It was next to the Sbarro.
Oh.
I swear to God,
no,
it was so
ours
good.
it was Sbarro Panda Express. Right next to each other.
Yeah, classic.
The classic mall. And then Cinnabon right down the way.
See, we had no Cinnabon.
What?
We had to get Sundays at McDonald's.
Oh, you had a McDonald's in your mall?
Yes.
Oh, we didn't have that.
We had Taco Bueno, which was it. Not Taco Bell, people. It's called Taco Bueno.
Oh, sounds bueno.
It was. There was something called Mexi Dips and Chips, which was just a big thing of guacamole, queso, and beans, and then chips. So you dip
multiple dips.
But my friend's parents called it Mexi Shits and Farts, which is so funny. That's
I love
not my
when
joke.
parents make up funny
I know. That was the best part because you could say the joke because the parent said it.
Oh, this episode I want to shout out because last week we were talking about how shitty the B stories are. This episode has a banging B story.
And honestly, when they walk into the hotel room in Palm Springs, I was like, oh my God, who cares about the B story? And then immediately I was like, oh, we care about the B
Jim
story.
and Cindy are going to Palm Springs, not this weekend, but the next weekend.
Important note.
Important note. They're going to be there for Donna's party, but then they won't be there the following weekend.
Huge lapse in parenting. Huge lapse, which I have many things to say about that.
Jim is horny, though. He's immediately like, I'm ready to fucking take you. And then the kids walk in and they're like, hey, knock it off, guys. If I walked in, I'd be like, oh my God, I need to leave. No.
Oh, maybe I should
don't
probably.
think so.
I did.
You did once? Yes. Were they full on?
They thank fucking Christ they had like covers on.
Oh, good.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
And then one time I was innocently trying to get I was stoned, right? I sneaked out of the house and did a bunch of I smoked a bunch of weed with my friends, and then came home and was trying to make like stoner cereal where you mix everything.
Yeah.
And I could hear my parents having sex.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I lost my appetite.
I don't think I ever heard I lost my appetite. I get it though. It's weird. You don't I don't want to hear anyone I know having sex.
Oh my God, no.
I heard a friend of mine on when we were in high school or maybe freshman year of college. I think it was freshman year of college. My parents were out of town. Yeah, it was sophomore year, whatever. We were in college. My parents were out of town on Valentine's Day.
What?
So it was me and my best friends who were like my Kelly and Donna. And Kristen is the one who looks like Jenny Garth too.
Oh, wild.
Isn't that funny?
Yes.
So we
you were in heaven.
Yeah, I was in heaven living my 90210 truth.
Yep.
But we all had our boyfriends over and we all stayed at my place.
Are your parents nuts?
They're
like what? I mean,
they
that's
were
so
pretty
funny.
Cool, and because I was so open, I was like honest. I didn't lie to them much, so they were like cool. But we all stayed there.
Yeah,
my boyfriend and I. But one of my friends, I won't name who, was in the basement hooking up, and we could hear it through the vent. And I was like, oh my ears! It's just jarring to hear anyone that you know personally in that state. You're like, I'm hearing something even at like a hotel when I'm hearing people fucking, I'm like, I'm not supposed to be hearing this.
I die. As many hotels as I say, I'm sure you do too. It's like it comes up. You hear people fucking.
You're like,
yeah, I don't want to hear it unless I'm paying $5.99 a month.
Exactly, unless I'm seeking it out.
Unless it's a subscription.
Exactly. Okay, so we get to the party, and what I love about this party, they are not drinking cheap beer. They're not drinking like Zimas or Smirnoff Ice level beverages. They're drinking full-blown cocktails, margaritas with garnishes. I think I grabbed a picture of Kelly and Brenda maybe with their drinks, and it has it's in a beautiful margarita glass.
What do you call that?
Oh, here it is.
A martini. Well, that's martini.
Is it martini?
But there's one it's like curvy.
I think that one's curvy though.
Okay, yeah. Oh wait, yes.
It's a little curvy, and see, they have limes that they've got
a garnish.
When I'm in high school, we're not making high end cocktails. We're we're drinking McCormick's. You know what I mean?
1,000%.
Straight out of the bottle, warm. We're just trying to get fucked up. Faderade.
Bud Ice.
Yes. Keystone Light.
Oh, the Beast.
The Beast? What's
yeah,
the Beast?
Milwaukee's Best, I think, but it was an 18-pack or something.
Oh.
They called it the Beast.
We would do Keystone Light and a lot of Coors Light, Colorado.
It was literally as much money as we could scrape together to get some. It was always a dad. Yes. It was always, we would Did you ever Hey Buddy?
No, I had a guy who I worked with at my pizza place job.
You had a hookup.
Yeah, I had a hookup.
Okay, so yeah, my friends and I would loiter in a parking lot at a gas station and wait for what looked like a single dad to show up. Yeah. And we'd be like, hey, and approach him, and they would always do it.
Oh, that's so funny.
Several times there was a car seat or signs of parenthood.
Oh my God.
In the car, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I had,
but never mixed cocktails like that shit.
I mean, and Steve, as you teased in the beginning, Steve is making his famous Mucho Marvelous mango margaritas. Okay, look at this, and again, look at what they're wearing.
In a blazer.
He's dressed like a real estate agent at a holiday party. He's wearing a green turtleneck and a blazer. Brandon is wearing the same blazer he wore to try and fuck the older lady.
This has big Boulder swingers party energy.
Yes, it
really
does. Yes, it does. It's very swingers party.
The whole thing.
The entire thing.
But Steve is my favorite thing about this is just on a technical side is every actor has that glass, right?
Yes.
Look, see?
Yes, there it is. And
That
Steve's walking around with a blender, by the way.
But there are several party scenes, and Steve always has a huge. He's the one dishing it out. So in the other one, he looks like the Kool-Aid Man. He has like this thing.
He does.
This like tea dish. Yeah. And there's one scene where he's holding the pitcher for too long.
Yeah.
Which I think it's his
Oh,
emotional
that's
problem.
so funny.
But they want to make it evident that everyone's drinking.
Everyone's drinking except Brandon.
Right.
Who asks for a virgin margarita, and Steve spikes it. Steve's our new friend, the 30-year-old, is like, what a lame-o.
Yeah, the adult in the room.
The adult is like,
breaks the law. It's illegal to spike someone's drink, right?
I believe
Regardless
so.
of age, yeah?
I think so.
Is it like a crime?
I'm sure you could. I mean, who knows what would happen, but I'm sure it's not legal to give someone alcohol against their will, especially a child.
Like that. The only thing is, one time I drank so much that people started putting water in.
Oh, like
we were teenagers.
that
right?
feels like they were helping you.
Yeah, that was a solution.
Yeah.
to too much.
I mean, look at them with their. So this is the part. This is Donna
picture.
and Kelly. Donna has her amazing margarita with the garnish.
This is my favorite. Actors, can you bring up the glasses? Actors, we
Yes.
need to see the glasses.
But this is the part I love, the picture in the background. So Steve has spiked Brandon's drink at this point. And what I love is he puts a shot of alcohol in the full pitcher. Yeah. Like Brandon can't taste it. It's not going to affect him at all. No. This is where he finds out and Brandon is pissed. And that's everyone's like, please stay, Brandon. And the whole party, it's like a record scratch.
Yes.
They're all looking at him like, is he cool or is he going to be lame?
Yes.
And he's like, well, whatever. And he downs it and just becomes an alcoholic instantly.
Instantly has all of the problems that accompany alcoholism. But the weirdest thing is how in 1 second, everyone is just looking at him like at the party as though this became everybody's problem.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, God, come on, what a loser.
Yeah.
The actors in the background, you could hear the audio of everybody scoffing.
Oh, for sure.
Donna's the one who says it. Brandon, please stay.
Brandon, please stay. And then they give up the puppy dog eyes and he stays.
Well, I mean, but then is this the party where like Brenda is also drinking, right?
Brenda's drinking at this one.
So she doesn't stand up for him.
No, she was like, come on, Brandon, just stay. It's fine.
But she's not like.
No, she's not like, hey, it's fine. He's not, but I think she knows there's more to the story here. Brandon has a bit of a checkered past with alcohol.
He has a very dark history.
Brandon is not the sweet
What's the name
golden
of the place?
Boy. Oh, I wrote it down.
Okay,
Foster's Lake.
That one.
Yeah, I know because I was stoned and asked Mitch. Mitch rewatched this with me and we were laughing our asses off.
This is such a good episode.
It's so good.
Start to finish. I was dying.
Nonstop laughs.
But yeah, everyone at the party is dressed to the nines though. They're all dressed
did people dress like that back then in parties?
Well, I don't know what the point of dressing like you were going to a club was. Brenda, you showed it, the photo of Brenda, her updo.
Kelly and Brenda both have updos.
That's a fucking updo.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
That one.
Look, I mean, and no wonder they're so competitive. They constantly have the same hairstyle. It's like hair and makeup only, they're like, let's just put them in the same hairstyle.
I've never understood that, like, the Kelly one. That super messy,
Oh, yeah.
It makes me furious. Look at the back.
That's a little too messy. Yeah, I mean, the back with it all like hanging out.
She's selling dream catchers.
That looks like she owns
a
it up.
loom.
She just threw that up herself.
Yeah, she's in a hurry.
Yeah, she was in a hurry.
But my favorite thing is the first time we hear Kelly say, I don't drink, I just sip.
Oh, she's like, my mother drinks, I sip.
Oh, that's it.
That's her catchphrase.
I'm going to say that to the day I die.
Yes, it's good. And Jackie does drink. We know that. And you know who else does? Brandon.
I've just the only time I like Brandon Walsh is when he drinks.
Oh, me too.
I wonder if people feel that way about me.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I've never been around you when you've been drinking.
Oh, I talk a lot.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Can you imagine?
But you talk a lot already.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
Exactly.
Okay, so Brandon drinks all this stuff. He dances with a girl with electric blue
amazing gloves.
Like I was like, yes. And then what does he do? He drives home.
Yeah.
He drives them home immediately.
But with Brenda.
Yeah. And then they go in and they're like, okay, let's keep it cool because Cindy's waiting up. And guess what? Brandon goes up like a good Guys sneaking around, and Brenda stays and chats and gives her mom a kiss.
So one time I did that.
You did?
I stayed and chatted up my dad, and I think because I was hammered, but I was getting away with it for so long that I was just into it, right? And then I don't know if he never owned up to it, but I fully got away with it. Like,
You
I don't know how.
did?
Talked to him for like an hour, and then I don't know how I got away with it. I was just a kid.
Wow.
I pulled a Brenda, but I got away with it.
She did not get away with it.
Carol
Cindy,
Potter, that was my favorite acting. Where she smelled the
oh,
alcohol.
she smelled it, and you could tell, ooh, she hit that smell
Brenda
note.
fucked up.
And then Carol goes up, as she does with Jim, whenever he's sleeping. This man cannot get any rest. She goes in, and she's like, he's clearly sleeping. Jim, are you awake? No, bitch,
No.
he's sleeping.
He has to earn a living.
Exactly.
You have an assistant.
And she's like, Brenda's drinking. And he's like, we'll fix it. We'll figure it out in the morning. And then he gets up and he's like, Brenda, your mother smelled booze on you. It was like such a hard, he seemed casual. I was like, oh, he might be cool about it.
Well, here's the thing. They're bitching their kids out in matching tennis outfits, which is like...
Which I did grab a picture of the matching tennis sweaters, of course.
They looked great.
They did look great. Look at this.
But how can you command any authority with your children when you fucking look like Tweedledee and Tweedledum? Like, look at that.
And they don't address it at any point. Like, they aren't like, we've got tennis, do they? Like,
No, they do.
Oh, they do? Okay.
They did. It is mentioned.
It's mentioned later, I think, at the
Well,
resort.
What I don't notice is yes, that's correct.
But not here when they're wearing matching sweaters.
And Brenda and Brandon are almost in equal matching double denim. Brenda is in head to toe denim and Brandon is in jeans with a fucking peachy shirt. But like if he was one article more, it would be like double denim versus denim.
Oh, well,
tennis.
The next episode, he really leans into the double denim. It's a full Canadian tuxedo episode for him.
There was a jeans thing with like his look specifically.
Oh, yeah.
Very jeans. I
Very
wanted
denim.
to look like that. My Bugle Boy never translated.
Your Bugle Boy?
Did you ever wear that?
No, what
It was a
that
brand.
jeans?
Yeah.
I feel like I remember.
Mitch knows.
Weren't there a snack called Bugles? They were like
yes,
chips.
that's like a chip. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but Bugle Boy was you remember Lee jeans?
I remember Lee jeans.
So it was a little bit inferior to Lee.
Oh, okay. I love that jeans are inferior.
Oh, yes.
It's true.
If you were caught dead in Bugle Boy, oh my God. I would untuck my shirt
Oh, really?
to cover the label.
Oh,
yes.
no.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Where
you
did
know what
this-
I'm talking about, Aaron? Does he know?
Have you heard of Bugle Boy, Aaron?
Yeah.
He has. I haven't.
There's like an age limit.
Oh, okay.
It's somewhere between like Levi's and Oshkosh Bagosh.
Okay. I don't think I ventured into Bugle Boy much.
Well, you didn't go to the kids department of Mervin's.
No, I didn't.
See, you had the
Oh,
easy
Mervin's,
life.
R.I.P. It's funny. As soon as you said that, I was like, I bet it was Mervin's. I bet this was a
The
Mervin's
specter of Mervin's
Mm-hmm,
appeared.
Okay, so next day at school or whatever, the next time they're at school after the party, they do get away with it. Oh, and Brenda covers and doesn't say that Brandon was drinking when she's confronted by Jim and Cindy. That is crucial. And at the end of that scene, Brandon's like, thanks. And she goes, you owe me one.
But the Walshes are really like, you know the rules. And then they fucking toddle off to tennis practice.
Yeah.
Like they don't. There's nothing wrong.
There are
Nobody.
no repercussions.
My ass was grounded when
Yes,
I got
exactly.
caught. Like I was in immediate trouble.
Oh, no. They were like, oh, you were just drinking this weekend? No biggie. We're just going to leave you alone.
We have a game to win,
Yeah.
and they're gone. They're literally out the door. Can't wait to get to Palm Springs.
So then the next time they're at school, Brenda's like, my parents are out of town. And of course, Kelly and Donna are like, we've got to have a party. It can put you on the map, A-list,
All of the Walshes succumb to their peer pressure all over this episode.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Donna and fucking Kelly are enablers also.
Oh, yeah.
Like they did. All they want to be is pushy with like Brenda's opportunity.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, they do throw a hell of a party.
They do throw a good party. Yeah, we'll get to that. It's the rager of the year. Then we cut to the shakiest stock footage of Palm Springs. Did you notice that? It was so shaky. I was like,
It's windy there.
why is the footage shaky? I think I pulled a picture of Palm Springs.
The mountains and all that desert, you get those Santana Ana winds.
But it was funny just because it's like this. It looks like it's being shot in like a van that's in the air.
maybe,
basically.
I mean, Who knows what their budget was then?
This is the shot. It looks more like Miami to me.
Yeah, where in Palm Springs is that?
Right? I was like, what is this? I did Google it. There was a JW Marriott that I found that has a body of water like this, but this does not scream Palm Springs to me.
No, not at all.
This looks like Miami.
Yes, what is that?
Right?
What is that body of water and what is that useless parking lot?
It's all confusing, but this is where they're staying for the weekend. They get there. They're so excited. It's like Carol Potter has never been to a hotel.
She's real excited about the bathrooms.
The toiletries, too. She's like, they have little shampoo and soap and sunscreen.
We're like, bitch, you live in Beverly Hills.
I know. I'm like,
I do like how like horny they make the Walshes.
Oh, Jim is just trying to fuck, and he's excited about the bed, which is understandable because the bed has a headboard, unlike theirs at home.
The other thing is he has a really crisp voice, which I noticed really bothers me.
Oh, really?
Do you notice that? He always sounds like he needs to drink a glass of, like his K's are really hard.
Ooh,
his C's very boxy.
Yep. No, I know what you mean.
And I hear it a lot because it's in this episode that they do a lot of dubbing. Did you notice that?
Yes.
So that's when it came to my attention.
I noticed that there was one part where Kelly and Brenda are in the hall, and Kelly's like, "Oh, there he is," and like pushes Brenda onto Dylan, and it was like, that's obviously ADR. Like it did not sound like it was in a school hallway at all.
Yes,
it was fully recorded at a later time.
It was in the hotel room when they're like on the bed, like, come test it out for yourself.
Oh yeah.
I clocked his vocal and I was like,
no, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's husky.
It is a husky voice.
There's something in there.
There is.
It's too rich. It's like he didn't swallow all of his sandwich.
Yeah, it's like mahogany. You know. That's how it feels. He has a mahogany voice.
But the minute they're in there, I'm like, please tell me I don't have to watch a whole episode about just the Walshes getting away.
No, because then Trudy and Bob show up from your home state, Texas. We get our diversity for the episode. We get Texans.
And they nailed it, too.
They fucking crushed it.
I know Trudy.
I love it.
I know Trudy.
I know you know Trudy.
I don't know. Well, I sort of know her gross husband.
He's really disgusting. This is Trudy and Bob.
Yeah, I know them.
For some reason, the adjoining door to their rooms just doesn't lock.
No option. Yeah, no safety switch.
And also, they aren't like, hey, can you not walk in our room unannounced?
They never say no.
Yeah, they're too polite.
So frankly, this is where Brenda gets it. Do you know what I mean? There's like, oh, here's a problem we could have probably steered ourselves away from, but instead we leaned into it, and now we're like indignant about it.
Very true. Very true.
But these people, she totally screams Texan. I know it's such an embellishment. Her
but look at her. Look at her hair.
I know, and all the blue.
She's wearing a feather boa, an electric blue feather boa, and this motherfucker.
He's Colonel Sanders.
He is so gross.
What the shit is with that? I will say people are wearing that fucking pussy bow, even though it's tiny. Did you pick up on the vibe immediately?
Here's the thing. I remembered because for some reason I feel like I watched the graduation episode. I don't know if you could buy it or something, but I watched that episode so many times and there were flashbacks in that. And so there are some episodes where I know the dialogue so well from the flashback and the hot tub scene I know from that. So I knew right away, oh, we're going around the goosey, ducky with you.
So I went to a wedding once and I met Wayne and Dottie.
I mean, come on.
It was fucking them, Trudy and whatever.
Yeah, when you're named Wayne and Dottie.
But it like hot tub to the letter had this experience with them, because sometimes when you're the only gay person in 100-mile radius, all kinds of queerness comes at you.
Sure.
And the weird old creepy swinger couple is one of the many things that you have to dodge.
I love it.
Yeah, Wayne and Dottie. I was in a hot tub, and then they were like trying to.
And they were trying to.
Yes, with the Crown Royal bottle. Wayne and Dottie.
Wow. Did you fuck him?
Fuck no. These people were it was them. I'm not kidding. It was them.
It was Trudy and Bob.
I'm not kidding. It was them.
Okay, so Brenda convinces Brandon to have the party over bologna sandwiches, which they had these like microwave meals and he's not into them. He's like, how about a bologna sandwich? I'm like, ugh.
How is that an improvement?
Yeah, that's like definitely a downgrade.
Also, I love a microwave dinner.
Yeah, me too.
That shit's good.
It is good. So basically he agrees because she is like, it could put us on the map. You owe me. Come on. I already invited people. Kelly told some people. Kelly told a few people.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I just can't believe that the Walshes just danced right out of town and just left them with this party in their life.
After Brenda got caught drinking.
That part. Gone. And also, I can't believe the gall of the Walsh kids that they got away with it and now they're going to go in hard.
Well, did you ever have a party as a kid?
One time my parents were out of town when I was there, and I just had literally a Brenda style party where it was like 7 people.
Oh.
My parents had this much liquor in the house.
Oh.
So we could only take this much of it before it got suspicious, right? So we could only drink the beast. But it was very tame. But my friend Johnny's parents were... They were
Johnny.
like yours. They were gone. Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny.
Same
I love Johnny.
guy.
Love Johnny.
I love Johnny. Johnny's parents were idiots. They were out of town every weekend of his senior year.
Yeah.
So we were at his house doing every horrible thing you could think of.
So I used to have, and I was kind of like a Brenda, where I would be like, I'm just going to have a few people over, and then I'd like really be having. So it wasn't, here's what Brenda does. She tells a little bit of the truth. She doesn't tell the full truth. So it's not technically a lie, but she omits quite a bit of information. And I did that. And like I said, I went to St. Mary's, which is a very small Catholic all-girls school. And I invited a couple of, my girlfriends. We invited a couple guys from Regis, which was the all-boys school.
And how do you know these boys?
From middle school. And then we would just go, and then the football games. We'd go to the football games.
Okay.
And back then, the all-boys school and the all-girls school hung out together.
Okay.
But somehow word got out to the public school east. And so it was full on, and that's where Mitch went. It was full on exactly what happened in this.
Are you serious?
Where I thought it was going to be like 10 or 15 people, and my entire house was filled to the brim. There was like a huge dude rolling a blunt on my dad's desk.
Oh my God.
And the helicopter, the cop.
Shut up.
Bird flew over my house. I swear it was Colorado. They don't have a lot to do.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Small town cops are out to shut a party down.
It was full. And we lived in the city of Denver, but still, whatever. My neighbors were pissed and called the cops.
Exactly.
And they were not as, they didn't come in because I had a full meltdown. We had a keg in my bathroom.
Wow, you were organized.
Oh, I was organized. I was like, I just had my bathroom redone.
This is such a good story.
And I was like,
so good.
throw the keg in the bathroom, and it scratched the bathtub.
Oh my God, you're so much in trouble.
I was so bad, but somehow I didn't get caught. So basically, God, I was so good at being bad.
This is great.
But basically, once the cops were flying overhead, someone was like, your neighbor said you called the cops. It was literally so much just like this episode.
Yes.
It was like a record scratch moment. I came to the middle of the floor in the main area, and I go, everyone get the fuck out.
My God.
And everyone left. I don't know, like people, I was scary.
Cleared out
right away. My friends left. They left me alone.
It was over.
It was over. Yes.
I feel like there was one time where we were at, it was this coworker, right? I was I was maybe 21 or 22, but everybody there was college age, underage.
Sure.
But we were just we worked in restaurants, so we went there and immediately we're like, me and my coworker were like, we're like the oldest people here, we're 21. And then the cops showed up. Like the party had already been happening. We just showed up and we're like, oh my God, we are now the people.
Yeah.
And I forgot that happens. Like, or even when you're underage, it was like, I forgot, oh my God, the cops are here. Oh my God, they're knocking at the door.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You have to have what do you do?
What do you do?
How do you lie to get out of this?
They didn't knock, but they flew over, and I think must have seen just like 200 people leaving. Running. So they were like, I guess she cleared
it up.
It
It's a flash mob.
Yeah, it was a flash mob.
False alarm.
It was.
And so did you never got caught for that?
I didn't, but here's the thing. My dumb idiot guy friends hid empty bottles and cans everywhere.
Yes.
So like months later, my mom would like pull out a mug that she hadn't used in a while, and it would have like an empty beer can in it. No. There was a Mickey's empty 40 in the oven.
That was why
in a vase. Someone put a Corona bottle, but it had been so long that she couldn't pinpoint it to one particular
A recent event, right? Oh my gosh.
But my parents didn't drink. My parents are both sober. So it was like clearly it wasn't either of them.
Right.
But they were a little Jim and Cindy about it where they're like, well, something was happening, but
It'll go away.
We don't know what happened really.
Not to totally tangent, but just briefly, why out of all the things you could try to get your hands on as an underage drinker were Mickey's 40s the easiest fucking thing to get? Why?
Do you remember Edward 40 Hands?
Yes. Oh my God. Well, I never participated in that. I was too afraid of an emergency.
Me too,
happening.
but yeah.
Like an earthquake or tornado.
Oh, I was like just going to the hospital having
that
drank
part.
40s.
Oh no, not that. No, I was like falling and hurting myself or doing something stupid.
Yeah.
No, but for some reason it was always like you had to learn to drink that.
Yeah.
If you wanted to get drunk as a teenager.
Totally.
Like enjoy Mickey's.
Yeah. Mickey's and McCormick's warm vodka.
It was always warm.
It was warm vodka. You don't have time to. Where are you going to put it? You don't have a fridge. It's your parents'
That's
fridge.
true, right?
You know?
You can't ask someone to buy ice too. That's suspicious.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, I cannot believe you did that. That's so good.
Yeah, so it was basically exactly like this. So cut to the party where we think a few people are coming in. It's 150 people. And what I love is Brandon and Brenda both raided Jim's closet for this.
Well,
Can we pull up their outfits at this party?
Brenda is dressed like Shirley Temple.
But
what the fuck?
She has on like a crazy huge blazer. Her hair is very Shirley Temple.
Outfit, check.
Jim.
Yeah, total Jim.
Hair, makeup, Shirley
Trauma.
Temple.
Yeah, exactly.
Trauma.
Is like Depression era starlet. But Brandon looks so good.
Brandon looks good, but he is wearing a tie at his home party.
Well, he looks like an editor.
He does look like an editor.
He looks like the editor.
Oh, and he also has invited Andrea to the party.
So Andrea, she to me is not hypocritical, but she's very, what do you call that? Where you're the opposite. She's very contrarian.
Yes.
In this, and surprises me on lots of levels. But even just wanting to go to the party and showing up, I thought, because she's going to a comedy show.
Well, she's going to a show. She has tickets to the theater, but it's a comedy.
I'm so confused.
She was like, oh, here are their outfits. Please look. They clearly raided Jim's closet. Like, they look like they're wearing different pieces from the same suit of Jim's.
And there's not really one scene where her hair is consistent.
No.
It's different in every scene.
They shot over a few days.
But, yeah, can you imagine being in this party scene? I would have loved it.
It was so good.
He looks like Newsies. Do you remember that TV?
Oh,
the movie?
yes,
Newsies?
of course.
Yeah, he looks like that.
No, he does. But again, why is everyone dressed like they're going to the Blue Iguana?
She's back in Blue Iguana days. That makeup, that rouge.
Yes.
She's literally using rouge. Yeah, Brandon is the only person who can make khaki pants look good.
Oh, yeah.
I only like him when he's drunk in khaki pants.
Well, and the Kornacki.
I mean, yeah, but his are more Dockers.
Okay.
Those to me just look like a khaki slack. I do love a little Karnacki.
I do too. He's so cute.
He gets the same Jim vocal thing.
Oh.
He gets that same weird in the back of his voice.
He's tall, so it's like
he's kind of handsome.
we forgive him.
Oh, we have to talk later. Next episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
There's a smoldering guy in
He
is so handsome.
He's so hot. Okay, so then
sorry, I'm distracted.
We're just excited. We love 90210. Okay, so Brenda is like, I made a pact not to drink with Brandon. Because that's how she convinces him. She's like, we don't have to drink. And of course, she's talking to Kelly, and Kelly's like, well, look at Brandon. And he's having beers with the boys.
He's down it. Well, Steve is mixing Kool-Aid. What is it this time? Does he say what it is?
He doesn't say, but he just has like a Kool-Aid.
It looks like the Kool-Aid man.
It does.
The picture it's in.
And I'm sure he walked through a wall to get to people.
I don't like Steve distributing any kind of like inebriants. Is that the word I want?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Is that a word?
Well, also, especially because he's trying so hard to get back with Kelly.
He's real pushy.
Oh, we forgot about that. They fucked at Donna's.
Well, is that what happened?
Yes, they went upstairs and it was like a drunken night. And then in a later episode, she's like, thank God we had safe sex.
Oh, she says it.
She says it.
Oh, I missed that. Okay. Wow, she really did.
Yes. No, they boned.
I knew they went upstairs. Okay, I didn't know that.
And then Steve he loves
These
Kelly.
people are acting like it's people I know. I'm like, they did fuck?
Yes,
oh my God. I was downstairs when that happened. Oh my God.
You heard it through the vent.
What happened? Oh, my ears. Okay, good to know. Yes.
I root for Steve and Kelly. I think they're a perfect couple personally.
Yes.
They both grew up the same way. We haven't really seen it as much, but they're both similarly broken and have similar wounds.
Yes.
And I am sad that they aren't endgame for each other.
I have a friend a couple like that in real life. Where they were
really?
together forever, and then they got away from each other, and now they're together, like happy at love.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but they very Stephen Kelly.
And they're both blonde, you know.
Yeah, I love combative exes that still fuck.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
And it's a cute look.
It's so cute.
It
So
is.
Brandon at this point is drunk. Cindy calls. Brenda's like, turn down the stereo.
I can't get over their fucking blind spots in Parenthood. I mean, what is happening in the house is that there's 300 people behind there. And fucking Carol Potter's like, honey, what is that?
And she's like, turn down the stereo, Donna.
Yeah, put it on Donna.
Blames Donna. Always blaming Donna.
But gets away with it.
Yeah, she does get away with it. Meanwhile, they're trying to go to the jacuzzi in Palm Springs to get away from their new Texas friends.
Trudy
and Bob.
Oh, it's Bob. Okay, yeah. I love Trudy, though.
Yeah, Trudy's fun.
They really do push that. What does she say? She says it immediately. She goes, am I talking too much? She says
She
that.
has a little self-awareness.
But she keeps going.
She doesn't stop.
That's me. I think I am Trudy.
You're not Donna, you're Trudy.
I know, exactly. I'm True Daniel.
I was just going to say that.
See? It's
so
true.
So, Brenda's like, should we stop the party? It's out of control. Oh, because the cops do come.
Yeah, they open the window and the cops are there.
Yeah, and they don't, the cops are a little in the dark as well. The cops don't attempt to come in. There's clearly a rager happening behind them.
But the cops are real lectury.
Oh, what did they say again?
I just remember them being like, you guys got to turn, your neighbors have been complaining about it. Like, they have this parental tone.
They do, but they're also like teenagers having a huge rager getting fucked up. And the cops are just like, they aren't like, are your parents home? Dylan comes out and is like, this is my cousin. It's her birthday.
Yeah.
And then they kiss shortly after that.
It's so
and I'm like, maybe wait till the people you told this is your cousin.
Brenda's only horny if she's related to it. I tell you. It's like her biggest
kink.
turn on. Yeah. Well, because Brandon's too drunk to deal with it. He wants to.
Yeah.
But they let him get away with it because they look like family.
Yeah, I guess so. And then, Brenda's like, okay, let's keep it going till 1. And Dylan's like, I'll help you kick people out then. And then, wait, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, to be fair, Brenda is dressed like a fucking 60-year-old.
That's true. Also, they all look 30.
Yeah,
so
they all look adult.
Point taken.
It doesn't
point
have
taken.
to be like, what's the adult in the room? Yeah.
Point taken. They're like, you guys are clearly adults. Can you turn the music down?
Like, where's that lady with the electric blue gloves?
Yes, exactly.
She lives here.
She's the head of household.
That lady, yeah.
So Brenda and Dylan are devising a plan to kick everyone out at 1, and they're kissing, and then they make out.
Yeah, they do.
Cousins, and then who goes to make a booze and snack run?
Brandon,
Steve, and our new friend, who we literally don't get his name.
Ever.
We do not get this person's name.
He has dialogue that is only centered around getting an underage kid drunk.
Yes.
That's the only time he's like, man, that Walsh kid's a bummer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Oh, here he is. So this is Steve and whoever the fuck this is are going to the liquor store to get more booze. They're out of booze. And Brandon, who is...
No, they're getting it from Steve's house.
Oh, they're getting it from Steve's house. And Brandon is going to get snacks.
Sure.
Like, he's just drunk driving to get chips.
So why do they have to divide and conquer? Why doesn't Steve's house have snacks?
Yes.
It has booze.
Yes,
so why isn't
exactly.
this all like one-stop shopping?
It's very crazy. But once we get to Brandon drunk driving,
Oh, it's fun.
I believe I sent you a picture. It's the one I sent you later, Aaron, because I almost forgot, but I definitely think it's a crucial image that we need to see because Brandon is living his best life.
He's having the time of his life.
He is loving drunk driving.
He never knew driving could be this electric. He really is loving breaking the law on all kinds of levels. But it's like as soon as he turns the radio up, he's like, where have you been all my life? Drunk driving. This is the best.
He honestly is just having the time of his life. We should also know
Not even days.
quickly before we get to the picture, he kisses Andrea.
Oh, hardcore.
Like
yeah.
fully kisses her.
So she shows up.
Yeah.
He's drinking. She notices that and is still there.
There he is. There's our guy, our happy little drunk driver.
Look how fun. He's having fun. He is having fun. Look at that.
He's like, I just kissed Andrea. Maybe she'll come back and I'll get laid.
But like when he kisses her, that's what's upsets her, right? She's so judgy.
Oh, yeah.
100% of the time. And all of a sudden she's at the party, doesn't care that it's out of control, doesn't care that he's clearly drunk.
Right.
it's only, I mean, understandably, but like none of that leading up to the kiss is offensive.
Well, and also it's like, Andrea, you've been throwing yourself at this person all year.
Have a mucho margarita.
Well, fucking untie your panties a little.
Hey, you know what wouldn't have happened if maybe Andrea had just maybe danced with them and laid off and they had like hung out, is that he wouldn't have gotten in the car and he wouldn't have gone looking for snacks.
But then he wouldn't have been so happy. I mean, look at that picture. He looks so happy.
Now,
He loves drunk driving.
I'm not proud of it, but one time I backed over my friend's motorcycle because I was going to the corner store to get like cigarettes and snacks.
Oh, like driving drunk?
Well, we were home. We were drinking at home. We were having a party, and it was literally like around the corner. So I was like, I'll just go because I was gonna have so much to carry, and just reversing out, I smashed into their motorcycle.
Oh my God.
So that ended it right there. I was like, well, I shouldn't be driving, even though it was around the corner. But yes, I literally walked out, and when I came back in 2 seconds later, I had a mirror in my hand.
Oh my God. I was drunk at my friend's house, and I had my friend's sweater who looked like Jenny Garth in my car, and we were not on great terms. We were in a rough patch.
Oh no.
Because I was in my drinking phase, so I wasn't hanging out with
Where is the sweater? Where is it?
It was a freezing cold night in Colorado. There was snow and ice on the ground, and I put it behind my car, and I backed up and ran over it.
On purpose. Oh my God, yes. Fuck that sweater.
I was like, fuck. Well, it was also a sweater that I had wanted from Abercrombie, and she like got it before me or something, and so I was pissed about it.
If you can't wear it, nobody can.
No one can. What a monster.
No, I get it. At that altitude.
My mom was that she got mad at. That she was like, you are buying her a new sweater. I can't believe you fucking did that. She was mortified.
Has she seen the tub?
Yeah.
That's what she got mad about?
Exactly.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Isn't that funny?
Honestly, the things that my parents caught me for were the least.
Right?
You know, that was the least of their work concern.
I'm like, you have no idea.
Precisely. So I would take it. If I got in trouble for something minimal, I'd be like, y'all have no idea.
I was like, I'll get her another sweater. No problem.
No
but
problem.
My mom made me call her and tell her that I ran over her sweater. It was so embarrassing. Yeah. Okay, so Brandon, unfortunately, doesn't just run over his friend's sweater. Can you imagine if he went out and threw Andrea's sweater on the ground?
I mean, it would be a vest.
It would be a vest, you're right.
Or just a pair of shoulder pads.
But Brandon swerves to avoid. He's not looking at the road.
It's immediate pandemonium.
It is.
He goes from like listen to the hits on the radio to a circus on the streets.
And it's very like, whoa. Yeah.
There's two cars immediately. And then out of nowhere, a truck.
Yeah.
And then he smashes it.
Well, I was like, did he just... what is the mechanics of this accident?
Thank you. I'm like,
thank
what intersection is this?
Mitch goes, no, he wasn't looking. Mitch tried to argue that it made sense.
There's two cars like this.
Yeah.
And then Brandon's back here. This is what Judge Judy's like. Have you ever watched Judge Judy? I need the board.
Yeah, we need
They're going like this. Or I think a car's even turning. Brandon comes around and tries to go around like that. So now these two cars are swerving.
Right.
As Brandon goes around. And in that kerfuffle, the oncoming truck, he doesn't see that when he's like, oh, he Douglas Emerson's, and hits the truck.
Well, Mitch said he was like,
witness.
But I was like, why did he just swerve out? And Mitch was like, he was trying to avoid the car in front of him. Because Mitch was like, he looked away, and I was like, I think you're giving this too much credit.
I'm gonna rewatch it. I mean, it was his fault the whole time.
1,000,000%. Suddenly he was on another road, though. I was like, what's this road? And then he hits a truck.
Was he drunk or was he hungry?
That's true.
You know what I mean? Which was it? Because sometimes when you're hungry, you don't know what you're doing.
Whoa.
It's true. Yeah, I've sent lots of people to the hospital just because I was hungry.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you needed chips. Okay, so then. Of course, we probably cut to commercial right then. And then Cindy and Jim get propositioned by Trudy and Bob in the hot tub to be swingers.
Great scene.
And that's when she's like, I've been waiting all day to go to the goosey ducky with you.
Which, what the fuck does that mean?
I have no idea.
What kind of like sexual innuendo is that?
They're not wearing bathing suits.
No.
Jim and Cindy dip out. They get back to the room. They're laughing about it, finally having a fun, relaxing time.
But they can't fuck.
They can't fuck.
Because every time Jim closes his eyes, all he can see is
Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And also, they have to leave immediately because their son.
Emergency.
They get the phone call.
I did love the slow pan. I knew what was happening. Where they're like, is he okay? And it's like, he's not in the hospital. He's in jail.
He's in jail.
Yes.
They arrested him for drunk driving. So then they go down and he gets, look at this. This is like art house cinema. This is
Streetcar Named Desire.
Smoldering in this shot.
This is West Side Story.
It is so good. And this is like, he is acting here. He has prepared his whole life for this scene.
Well, honestly, and he looks so roughed up.
He has a fucking shiner. Is that what a shiner? Yeah, a wound, something on his chin.
He's got some smudges.
Makeup went to work. Solitary confinement.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like he's in solitary confinement. Yeah, exactly. What is this cell?
This lighting, I fucking love it.
The lighting.
It's very Dick Tracy.
But then he gets out and he's like, that was the worst ever. I can see why people kill themselves when they're in jail.
He said that?
Oh, no. He said, I can see why people risk their lives trying to get out of jail.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you were in there for maybe 4 hours.
He's alone.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
Alone with great lighting.
And again, the Walshes, well, I appreciated how like, you know, if you have to go pick your kid up at the Clink, what are you going to say? You know, and they were really like loving for once. I was like, the one good thing they did was they didn't like ball him out.
I have a question. Do you feel like they're easier on Brandon because he's a boy?
Oh my God, you're so Team Brenda.
But I'm just asking.
Here's why they're easier with Brandon is because he's not as combative.
That's exactly what Mitch said.
Because it's true. Brenda puts up a fight when she's wrong, which is the most annoying characteristic. It's like if you're totally wrong and you fucking dig your heels in.
That's exactly what Mitch said.
She's a gaslighter.
Yeah, no, Mitch said the same thing. He was like, their approaches are wildly different.
But I appreciate a child trying to gaslight their parent. Like a teenager doing that is actually hilarious. That's kind of the only thing you have.
I think so.
It really is the only weapon because like you can't lie because they can bust you, but you can try to mentally trick them. So yeah, I agree.
No, but you're right. I think it's because she's combative. Mitch was like, he shows humility here. He seems, like he's really sorry and concerned and never wants to be there again.
Brenda got away with it. No punishment. And what does she do? She throws a fucking party.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So yeah, she didn't learn a lesson.
No, she didn't. And then she does totally try and downplay it when they get home. And he's like, that's what we get. Brandon goes,
that was so
that's
good.
what I get for throwing a party. And they get home and Brenda's like, they're like, Brenda, did you throw a party? And she's like, I asked a few people to come over and like 150 extra people showed up and some of them were drinking. Like, what's the big deal?
Exactly. She has no like humility about it.
She doesn't.
Because, well, I guess she's like, I didn't go to jail. I'm cleaning the carpet. What the fuck do you want from me?
Yeah.
I sort of think that I was not day to day, but occasionally was like, I did try to stir up my own drama so I could like react like that.
Sure.
Right?
Well, it's fun to react like that.
So is that what they're tapping into? I'm questioning Shannon's acting choices.
You know what? I think I relate to Brenda a lot, and I think it's because, again, like she's immature and she doesn't ever want to admit that she's wrong. She feels like admitting that she's wrong is a weakness, whereas really it's kind of a strength,
Oh, listen, I say I'm wrong all the time because I am.
Totally.
But honestly, Shannon Doherty is always combative. There's a million ways to read a line. I don't know anything about acting, but she does always take.
She does
that approach. That's what Brenda's like.
No, Brenda is very combative. You're right, and she's always trying to get her way.
Or just or get popular.
Yeah, exactly. And
any which
way
she can.
That's all she wants. It put her on the map. It was the best party of the year.
Well, the doily sweater wasn't working for her, so she had to do something else.
She had to do something
get
drastic.
Next level. She thought a Shirley Temple impersonation was. I mean, here's the thing: the makeup was so harsh. Her party look was really
not her best.
You nailed it. Very Blue Iguana.
No, it was. It was like they're all going to the Blue Iguana. So here's the thing: we find out Brandon here has a history of alcohol abuse. He went to Foster's Lake and threw up, and now he's had one drink. He had a drink that did not affect him at all from Steve, and then threw in the towel and relapsed. Full relapse. Brandon lies and says that he just drank accidentally at their party and Brenda doesn't say anything. And she's like, dude, that's fucked up. You lied. You kind of made me look bad, And so Brandon's making some some bad choices in this
Why
episode.
is she on his case? Like now, like he's already getting it from the parents, right? That was always the thing. You have to pile on.
Yeah.
I hate that. I'm speaking as a brother now. It was always like, I'm already in trouble. Why are you coming at me?
Well,
with
here's
something?
the thing. I think Brenda, A, is concerned because he has a history with throwing up at the Foster's Lake. So I think she thinks he might really have a problem.
Recidivist, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
So
relapsing.
That's number one. And number two, I think it's like, dude, I was good on this one. I wasn't drinking, and you weren't accidentally drinking. You chose to drink. Because now she looks like the only one who chose to drink.
Wait,
He's playing the victim a little bit to me.
in an earlier episode, Brenda does not get her driver's license.
She remember she sucks at driving.
So then she needs him to drive.
She does.
So this is actually a loss for her.
Yeah, it is.
I got it.
He's going to be biking.
All right. I get it.
He doesn't have his license for the rest of this episode, which is 10 minutes. The next episode. This is Mitch's favorite cut.
It was the funniest.
He
ever.
says they say something about him being behind the wheel,
Yes,
and then
and
they
then-
cut to him literally behind a bicycle wheel.
Very funny.
Just so good. This is where Brenda confronts him.
There's not a bad scene in this episode.
No, this episode is full bangers, start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And then she, they go, why'd you have to get behind the wheel? Then they cut to him behind the wheel. She's pissed at him. Brandon gets mad at Brenda for calling him out. She dramatically walks away. He goes to school with bruises and scuffs. He apologizes to Andrea as she's wearing a vest. Next scene, Kelly is wearing a vest, and Donna is wearing a bra with a denim shirt over it. I think I pulled that look, Aaron. If it's in there, if not, no big deal.
Here's the thing. I noticed at the very beginning of the episode, in the scene where she has the most dialogue, is where she doesn't look. It's not my favorite fashion moment. And then it's back to where she's silent.
Fierce.
She's I think it was strategic. I think she knew what she was doing.
I think she did too. Oh, and then Kelly at the party, she danced with David to
that was the
avoid
best.
Steve.
Oh my God.
And she's like, "Oh, your moves are so good." And then David immediately
Steps on her foot.
Stomps on her foot.
So my whole thing in life, right, when I was watching 90210 was like I wanted to be Donna. I love Donna. If I projected and thought of myself, I needed to be more man like Dylan and Brandon. But in all honesty, the most relatable but cringe, like, oh, that's me, was David. Especially in the early, not the later years, but the first couple seasons, I'm like, oh, that's probably who I would be.
Right.
In this. And it is totally proven by the way he dances. That is what I thought dancing was.
But later, he's like the good dancer.
Later. But yeah, it's fucking Australian breakdancing.
It is.
Yeah.
It's Reagan.
But in this one, whatever the fuck he's
he's like,
it's a bit of a...
but he's full on like stomping,
Stomp.
and he full blown
Yes.
stomps on her foot.
On Jenny Garth's foot.
On Jenny Garth's foot.
But it's like it's an angry Roger Rabbit is what he's doing.
So then Brenda, I think, gets Dylan to talk to Brandon, and then Dylan brings him to an AA meeting.
At the school.
Which this school has a lot of child alcoholics.
It's full.
It's full, which I'm like, okay, at my age, a lot of us were like, drank a lot. Some of them have become alcoholics.
Yes.
I would,
But nobody was in recovery.
no one.
We were just beginning.
Yes.
We hadn't even begun the journey.
Even I stopped drinking my senior year, and because I drank so much my junior year, but I wasn't going to meetings or anything.
No, we were just quitting.
Just not doing it for a while.
But yeah, the fact that there's did the parents know that those meetings are
I
going
don't know, but it's like 20 kids in there.
Who at the school is organizing that?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's a good thing, I guess.
It's a good.
But my favorite thing is they're all going around saying that, hello, I'm an alcoholic. And Dylan, frankly, just interrupts. He just shouts out his name, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm Dylan McKay and I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, hi, Dylan.
Yeah.
But does he not go for alcohol when he fights with his dad?
Yes.
So I guess that's
why
just...
I love this show. It changes on a dime.
So yeah, is that an inconsistency or is that his struggle?
Well, then it turns into his struggle.
Okay.
So in later episodes, he does struggle quite a bit with his sobriety. But I feel like this is one where they're like, oh, he was about to drink in the last episode. Let's make him the guy in recovery.
Well, because Dylan has lived 100 lives.
He has.
He's 1,000 years old.
He is.
He's an old
he's
man.
Very old. So they go to the AA meeting, and then Dylan brings him home. And I think I figured out, this is Dylan full on checking out Brandon as he leaves. But also, I think I figured out why they're constantly getting out of the car this way so they can show each other their asses.
But look, he's looking right at it.
He's fully checking out his ass,
you
Dylan.
Nailed it.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Look at that shot.
It is like, ooh,
look at that.
The fucking ham haws on that.
But I literally thought of you when he got out. Look at the ham haws. When he jumps out of it, it's like the Dukes of Hazzard thing. Yes, that's so funny. He's totally looking at his butt.
Yes. It's so funny.
Wow, you can freeze frame Luke Perry at any shot and he's handsome.
He's so hot.
You know what I mean? If you took this episode and you freeze frame me, I will always have like a horse face, right?
Yeah.
I will never look like, he's gorgeous.
Yeah, no, some of the Donna freeze frames I had to do a few times.
They look like me. That's what I look like.
You're so Donna.
No, in real life, I look like Donna on freeze frame.
So then Jim's waiting up. They have a nice chat, and it all resolves pretty without incident.
Double denim,
exactly. Mm-hmm. He's in his Canadian tuxedo phase, which he wears quite a lot in the next episode.
Yeah, and Jim, they really sew it up like, it's okay, son. You'll never drink it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's like they just... The problem solved.
Well, it's just funny because Brandon goes to this one AA meeting with Dylan, and then
that's all you need.
It's never.
That is all you need.
He doesn't go to AA again, but it's anonymous, so maybe he's just not sharing it. I did think it was funny. Mitch did call Brenda and Brandon the most fucked up people on the show.
They cause problems for other people.
They cause a lot of problems.
They really do. I love his cynical.
Oh, me too.
Approach to this.
He's kind of a mean drunk too.
Mitch?
No.
Oh, Brandon.
Brandon.
Oh no, that's my favorite thing is that he has 2 drinks, but then has like the years of alcoholic problems. Like he's moody, he's disrespectful, he kisses women, like he's all the things that you're not supposed to be in one fell swoop.
He sure is.
But I don't know. This episode had everything. It was like a giant PSA. It had all the drama. I was really like living for it.
What do you rate it?
I'm giving it 10 mucho marvelous mango margaritas.
Yes,
I'm giving it top shelf.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna give that as well because it was just good. House parties, teen problems, drinking.
Steve holding the pitcher. It's like 60 seconds, the 2-minute scene where they're confronted, like, you don't want to drink, and spikes it. And the whole time he's having to hold a half full pitcher of mango margarita.
It's so good.
And then the next party scene, same thing. He's got this glass pitcher. It's hilarious acting.
The closest thing my friends and I ever got to like making a cocktail, unless I was going to my cool, my friend with the cool mom, and she was making me a gin and tonic because she was a full adult. Wow. My friends and I would mix like orange sun-kissed and Malibu rum.
Yeah,
like that.
Yes,
this is not. They're not. We weren't making mucho mango margaritas.
My friends they had the parents that were like, you could drink at our house. And they made us mudslides.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that was really good.
That is fun.
I remember that. I want more mudslides, please.
Oh my God, please,
so
thank you.
I want one right now.
Well, this was a great episode. What did you guys think? Let us know. And we'll see you next time on Glitter and Garbage into the Spellingverse.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive.
Glitter and garbage.